Hello, Nissa here. I am here to discuss in a little bit more detail what SoulCollage is and what it's about. I'm going to talk about the suits of your SoulCollage deck. So here you see a diagram of the suits for a SoulCollage deck. And this is showing sort of the relationship of the different suits, very much like a deck of cards. And but the relationship that they have towards each other. So I'm going to start with the transpersonal cards. These are cards that are intended to be sort of like a container or a holding space, or create that sort of holding space for reading your cards, creating your cards, things like that. But, I don't really go into a lot of depth when I explain this to a lot of people because, if you're not going to be really serious about doing SoulCollage, it's kind of not worth getting into because it's very abstract concepts and it's hard to understand. So here you see, these are my transpersonal cards. They do not speak. That is probably the most important thing to understand, is that these cards do not speak. They're simply there as a witness. So this is my source card, my soul essence card, and my witness card. And again, these do not speak. They're merely there to create space for what you are trying to do with SoulCollage. So next we have, I'm going to go into the cards and an explanation of them right now using some of my own cards. So these right here are my community cards. They're just a couple of them that I have. So community cards are, guiding things, people, places, things that are supportive in your outer world. So, like for me, this is California. This is where I'm from. It's a big part of me. I have a lot of friends there. So this represents a lot of, community support for me. This is representative of strong, powerful women who are influencers in the world in general, but also women who I know personally who are really influential and powerful in their own right. And then finally, this is a picture of my dog. He is a huge source of support for me, and I love him dearly. So of course he's going to be in my community part of my deck. So next we have, next we have the companion cards. So I just have two here. This is my root chakra, and then this is my crown chakra. So, from the bottom to the top, I have a representation here. And I did a bunch of guided imageries going through each and every chakra, and was able to come up with an animal that is a companion to each chakra. So you have turtles for my root chakra and a blue butterfly for my crown chakra, and I will get into more detail about all the suits later. So that's an example of that. So next we have the council cards. So council cards are archetypal cards. So this would be like the hero, the crone, the witch, the fool, the goddess, the protector, things that are a part of our collective unconscious, that are a part of sort of this greater, more abstract world. But they are also, and they're kind of like guides, almost like spiritual guides in a way. And This one you may recognize from one of my previous videos. This is what I would consider the triple goddess to be an archetypal card. So it would fall into the council suit. So we have the council suit. And finally, we have the committee suit. So committee cards are related to your personality and all the little nuances of your personality. And this can be both, good and not so good. But there's always something to learn from them, and they're all a part of your inner world. So, committee cards are, definitely those inner personality parts, your ego and your characteristics. So for instance, this one I call my Little Miss Know-It-All card. And, I think I'm pretty smart, but I also can be a bit of a know-it-all. So this card has, a couple of different sides to it. And then this one is about, just what it's like to be a child, what it was, and finding joy in yourself. So this is the happy child, and this is just a very joyous card that helps to remind me to what it's like to be a kid and what's important in life. Finally, we have the two other cards that you may recognize, and these, I feel, fall into my committee suit. So, like this one is about finding power within myself, having my own kind of sense of security. This one is about, being somebody who questions things in order to find answers. And, these are definitely aspects of my personality for sure. These are definitely, I feel, committee cards. So, that is an explanation of the suits of a SoulCollage deck. So stay tuned for more information, more in-depth information, and maybe some tutorials and stuff about SoulCollage. And thank you for tuning in.